UNRWA's Commissioner General Felipe Lazzarini said last week he accepts all recommendations. As Israel has called for the breakup of the agency, Lazzarini told the UN Security Council that dismantling UNRWA will deepen Gaza's humanitarian crisis and speed up the onset of famine. He also called on the member of the Security Council for an independent investigation and accountability for the blatant disregard of UN premises, staff, and operation, also in the Gaza Strip.
We welcome the report, we welcome the recommendation, and we are committed to implement this recommendation. You have seen in the report also that the agency in reality has already a number of systems to deal with neutrality issues far ahead than the average of other UN agencies or even NGOs. But because of the complexity of the environment we are operating in, we need to be extremely vigilant, and we can always do more. I also called on the member of the Security Council for an independent investigation and accountability for the blatant disregard of UN premises, UN staff, and UN operation also in the Gaza Strip, reminding that as of today it's 180 UNRWA staff have been killed. Last week it was 178. We had more than 160 premises which have been damaged or completely destroyed, with 400 people at least having been killed while they were seeking the protection of the UN flag.
In a key section of the Neutrality of Staff, the panel, which was led by former French Foreign Minister Catherine Colonna, said UNRWA shares lists of staff with host countries for its 32,000 staff, including about 13,000 in Gaza. But it said Israeli officials never expressed concern and informed panel members it did not consider the list a screening or vetting process, but rather a procedure to register diplomats.
I recommend the Advisory Commission to meet more regularly, maybe at a higher level, sometimes at the UN headquarters here in New York or in Geneva. Why not? At the level of permanent reps. I recommend to have neutrality as a standing issue on its agenda.
Separately, UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres also ordered the UN Internal Watchdog, the Office of Internal Oversight Services, to carry on investigation into the Israeli allegations that 12 UNRWA staffers participated in the October 7 attacks. The report is eagerly awaited.
The Secretary General accepts the recommendations contained in Ms. Colonna's report. He has agreed with the Commissioner General, Philippe Lazzarini, that UNRWA, with the Secretary General's own support, will establish an action plan to implement the recommendations contained in Ms. Colonna's final report. In this regard, the Secretary General counts on the cooperation of the donor community, the host countries, and the staff of UNRWA to fully cooperate with the implementation of the recommendations. Moving forward, the Secretary General appeals to all stakeholders to actively support UNRWA, as it is a lifeline for Palestine refugees in the region.
An independent investigation also being ordered. The department said a total of 283 bodies have been recovered from the hospital yards since Friday. The civil defense said some of the bodies were of people killed during the hospital siege. Others were killed when Israeli forces raided the hospital also last month.